Isn't that just pretty? Hey guys, what's up? Legacy here, and I am playing Minecraft, and I'm playing Trains Mod. And since my other two Trains Mod videos did really well, 4K views in going up, since they did so well, I decided that I'd make another one, and I kind of went all out. So here we have an engine shed. It's quite big. We have many different trains. The CSX. I don't really know what this is. It's black. Then we got green, CN, red and black, BNSF, three of these little guys, one of these little guys, one of these big guys, and a medium guy. And I really don't know why I decided to go with this concept, but I did. And back here, there really isn't anything at all. I was going to build like a engineer's break room or something like that, and then I just kind of didn't do it because I didn't find it really necessary for me right now. So I didn't do that. Um, so this is the engine shed, and over here we have the freight yard, which I would say is mostly complete. I just ran out of ideas and combination of cars that I wanted to do, so that's why you have four empty right sidings here. So we have the stock car for animals. We got rail and wood transport here. This would be like trailers and cargo. Here we just have freight, more like a stuff you put in a flat car, almost like containers. Then we got like fuel or milk or water, whatever you want to put in a tank car, liquids. I guess this would be gravel for the hoppers. This would be gravel. Another random freight combination here, and same with this one. And this is all a boxcar because, well, you gotta have one of those. Anyways, I will be back momentarily. I'm gonna go take a jump to the thing I put a lot of time into, so you guys can see that. So this is the passenger station. I really didn't know what to build here other than an area for passengers to board passenger cars or coaches. So we have four different tracks. These two, I guess, could be considered like express, since the cars are bigger and they have more seats. And then this one, it would be, I don't really know what to call it, but the coaches are smaller and less seats. And then this one is just open because there's a very uh, small selection for the coaches. There's like two or three different kinds of cars, and I only like these two, and they're different colors. So um, there's just an open one, and then I'm going to try to rig up some kind of a redstone contraption for coupling and decoupling there, so I don't have to continuously get in and out and break stuff. Um, we have a little village over there, and I really should have repositioned this passenger station better so it didn't come right up to the main line here like this, and then the entrance is facing the river because that's brilliant. And then got a little bridge here, but I will be back in a second for part one of the video, which is the steam passenger train. So we have commandeered this steam train. I have previously used this in the other steam trains mod video that I did, but I don't trust that other one there because in my last world I kind of wrecked it turning on a corner. So I gotta take these corners very easily, and when I was testing the track even earlier, those had a tendency to mess up on some of the corners. So yeah, I'm gonna be very careful with what I do. I've already gone ahead and thrown some of the switches that I need to get to where I need to go. So as you can see, this is a double track. I guess I felt like going all out and making this as best as I could. So we need to reverse now and go up to this switch here. it'll put us onto the opposite track. I guess if the rails, like when they curve, were more defined and just better. Like if they were an actual curve instead of just like a single block, making the curving direction, I think it would be better. But this is Minecraft and it's not a train type of game or simulator, so I don't really think there's much you can do. If Trains Mod or Railcraft, because I'm using both right now, were to make their own kinds of rails for their trains and stuff, then you know maybe that'd be a possibility to improve the track. But I don't think they would ever do something like that. So we're gonna pick up the speed here, but I want to be really careful because of the turns that are coming up. And there's the sun setting. It seems like days go by a lot quicker in this game now. And I'm sure there's some sort of mod or something out there that will fix that, and that's not good. That wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, that's bad. That was bad. The one that I was just on is supposed to be for the passenger train, and the other one's supposed to be for freight, because the passenger station is this way, because they split off in 2 different directions up ahead. I don't know why this isn't rendering in either. Probably because I'm recording and playing at the same time, so I'm gonna FPS or something like that, because I'm not playing on my laptop. I'm on my desktop because my laptop is yet again broken. It doesn't seem like the people that I sent it to fix it fixed it, or they did something they weren't supposed to do. But mainly this terrain is prairie or grassland, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of caves and tunnels and stuff that I go through. And that's just because of the level of land I'm on, and I also go through a forest. At one place you can see part of a desert. So yeah. I was thinking of things to build that might make it more interesting. But I've already put at least 50 hours into this map, building the track and making things look nicer instead of all messy and unorganized. As you can see, you'll see dirt and gravel in a mix like this on the ground there. That's because I had many different track layers running at the same time, and I couldn't keep track of where they were going and what I should be putting in them. And here's a little ravine here. Really didn't span that much in width, or length, width rather. So I didn't really have to build anything fancy over it compared to this river. Let's hope that this switch isn't activated. So I'm going to go ahead and throw switches now. That one's good. We don't want to go in that way. We want to go in this way, in reverse. Even though I could go through that track there. Okay, that one's set. And we'll just end up coming back here. So that's ready. And I'll just have to hit the one on the tender. And hop back in. Pick up the speed a little bit. I'm not much of a redstone type of person, so making like contraptions and stuff to auto hit switches and that kind of stuff really isn't my expertise. So so I usually tend to stay away from that. Not that coupler tracks or stuff like that would be that complicated. You just put like a lever or something next to them. I really didn't feel like waiting any longer to make this video, so I just decided to do it now. Tracks laid, things look fairly nice, so why not do it now? And off we go. I think 25 should be fine going through these switches here. Let's crank it up. That leads to the other side of the track. It's a, I guess, like an emergency kind of thing. If I needed to get to the other side or whatever. I have to say that the details on these trains and the cars and stuff, they look pretty good for Minecraft. I will say that. And we got some logging cars there, since we're in a forest. Thought it'd make some sense there. Put them there. And we're gonna turn that off for a moment. Doesn't that look pretty? Oh, I probably shouldn't speed up. I need to decrease speed. I don't really want to derail or mess things up. Surprisingly, I didn't. And we got an assortment of switches and track here. These are supposed to be sidings, but I don't know how well they'd perform, so I'm going to leave those untested for now. .74 is max speed. Okay, this would be a problem here. I really shouldn't have done that. There we go, 45. Crank it up a little bit, I suppose. It's because of the sharpness here. Surprisingly, we're okay. I guess it's when it's the two diesels that are linked together, that's when they mess up. More switches and the like. Fun stuff. I tend to put like freight cars or something here on some of these sidings just to make them look like they're being used because, well, why not? I tried to put this on a server me and my friends were playing on, and we were having connection issues, so that didn't work out real well, but still, this mod itself is a genius, like Flan's mod, with all his different vehicles and stuff, like planes, cars, tanks, all that fun stuff. There's a horsey. And I'm only playing on 1.6.2. I guess because some of these mods haven't been updated. Oh, and we're going up. See, that's a sharp turn. And another sharp turn. I'm actually curious to as if villagers can board these coaches. Because if they could, then that'd be kind of cool. I know you can put animals on the stock cars, from what I've read, but I don't know about villagers. Let's crank the speed up. Water and coal is doing really good. So as I said, there's just a lot of grassy, hilly kind of land and many animals that I've been trying to keep off my tracks because they get a little annoying. I try to go for realism. Usually you don't want animals on your tracks, near your tracks. And if they do, then they die. It's like a car getting stuck in the tracks. That car is likely going to get totaled, and if there's anybody in there, they'll probably die. People don't want that to happen. And in the future, I will probably expand this railway even more because I haven't really covered a whole lot. As you can see from the map, there's just a lot of land that I could go to. I kind of like this. As you can see, the sun's already setting, so for the full cycle, it goes into night, and that's kind of cool. And these little gaps here in the wall are just, if I was walking around, it's easy to get between the two tracks instead of having to go to one end of the tunnel in the back. And sun's setting, and isn't that nice? Look at that. I like this little bridge I built. It would have been nice if the inner sides had wood, but it's just because of the size of the bridge. But we are arriving back at the engine shed. 160 meters. There's a little village right here. To the right. And there's also one way up on that hill to the left. There's also one right next to the passenger station, so I haven't covered 3. Pulling into the freight yard. I don't even know why there's a switch there, but there is. Good thing none of these switches are thrown. Actually, let's hope that that one isn't. Good. It isn't. I don't want to be going on the other side because I need to go back to the passenger station so I can switch my engines. And we have nighttime. Let me know in the comments if people have any suggestions on things I should add for scenery to make it look a little bit nicer while I'm traveling, because just the animals and the grass, it's kind of boring. So I will end this portion of the video when we get back to the passenger station, so you guys don't have to see me mess around with that stuff. And we'll pick up with the diesel freight train afterward. So it's like a 2-for-1 deal. You get both version 2s, a second map, in one video. And I'm also considering on just making these tunnels bigger, so I have a better POV when moving around. Alright, so we will be back momentarily again. Okay, and here is the diesel freight train portion, and I've already got myself onto the proper track so I can go over to the freight yard and pick up the cars. I decided that it would be easier to do this because I wouldn't be wasting time talking and doing this at the same time, and I hopefully have switched all the switches that need to be switched. Say that 10 times fast. I'm not even gonna try, but it feels like this locomotive in particular handles very, very well. Speed is very manageable. It stops pretty easily. It can accelerate pretty well. I think if the engine shed in the freight yard had reversed roles and I kept the station where it is, way over there to the left, and the freight path on this one, the opposite track, I think that might be a little bit easier for me in terms of having to do all the switching. But it's a little too late to do that now because I don't use World Edit and I'm not gonna attempt to, and I guess I'll just have to live with this because it would take at least a day to rebuild all of this area, I guess, and I'm not gonna do that. And I guess the reason why I'm using this is because in the last video I had used the CSX, which is the blue and yellow diesel locomotives. And I really don't want to repeat myself there, so I figured, why not use these? And I just discovered that it has really good handling. It almost seems like it's a bike or something. Let's hope they attach. Yep. Good. It looks like all of it's coming. So that means they're all coupled correctly. Let's just hope that the diesel behind the one I'm in doesn't have any issues, because if it does, well, that would just be unfortunate. I'm going to try to take it slow on some of these turns because when I was doing the test run that I was talking about earlier with the green diesels, I was having issues on turns at high speed, so I'm going to try to be careful here and keep it between 30 and like 45-ish. I'm going to reset the day because I meant to do that at the start and I didn't do it. Now we have a full day ahead of us. And the switch coming up will put us onto the correct track. The reason why I put it all the way down here is because if I have a long freight train or passenger train, whatever thing I'm pulling, I want it to have enough room to be able to get off the track and be able to go properly. And it seems kind of short, but I don't know if it's just not rendering in, or if I forgot some further back. I'll find out later though. And it's decided to re-render out or something. I don't really know. But let's pick up the speed just a little bit. Wow, fairly good handling. Very, very good handling. I've actually seen several of these diesels in real life, and I wouldn't say that they're rare or anything. It's just there are some railways here in Maine where I live, but I don't go and see them very often, or I don't get to see them very often, so I don't really know. And since this has a very select few kinds of diesels and diesel skins, it's not like there's a huge variety where you could see just absolutely everything. And why is there a cow in that cave? That's beyond me. Here's another sighting here. So this would be very open. Look at all the cows. That's a lot of cows. Okay, this is a turn I want to be careful because this is a sharp turn. Will it make it? Nice. I suppose when you go to couple the two diesels together, a warning comes up saying make sure that they're facing the rear and everything, because it could have issues while coupling to other things or on turns or something. So yeah, I guess that's something I should be cautious about. Here's another small sighting here that turns out to be 3, and that's the desert I was talking about. It's more like a beach, but I might build that way sooner or later. You just got run over. Oops, sorry about that. I don't really know all these keys very well. There's very many keys here because I have 3 different mods plus regular Minecraft, which I don't really play very often, even though I've logged well over 50 or 60 hours within the last couple days since Wednesday of last week. But again, let me know in the comments if there's any sort of combination of trains or engines, cars, any kind of scenery, anything really. Let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do about that. So while we were on the other track, I think we were at a maximum of maybe 600 meters from the engine shed, and look at us now, we're 800. The length is pretty much doubled. As you can see here on the map, the path we're traveling on, just the stuff that's been destroyed, is the track itself, and it will meet up eventually. But just all this land and cave and track, it's incredible. Okay, I'm holding. Sorry. I keep pressing B to like open up body or backpack or inventory when I need to be hitting E. Oh, there we go. See, it just bugged. The back decided to turn forward. I don't really have an issue with that, even though I prefer back to back. It looks nicer, I guess. Oh, look at that. And I picked up speed. So let's reduce speed here so we don't go too fast. Even though I feel like I'm being pushed now. See, this is where the tracks meet up. And here's another reverse point, more settings. Well, settings I talked about earlier. They look funky. And the rest of the journey is pretty much stuff you've already seen, since the 2 tracks mainly run together. I think it'd be kind of cool if the mod would support more than 2 engines being coupled together. I'm sure you could do it or try, but you'd probably get bugs or something like that. 2 back to back is already a pain in the butt, so I don't see how adding more would help. I also forgot to mention at the beginning the smoke that comes out the back here on the top. I think that's a new thing. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, see? There we go. There we go. Now I've done it. So we're gonna turn the brake on here, and I will be back in a moment when I get this fixed, because I don't want to make you guys have to wait through this. Okay, I have it fixed. So before I go back to the engines, which are down there at the end of that tunnel, I just wanted to show you guys just the length of this train. And it may not seem like it's very big, but the amount of track it takes and patience, because these collision boxes are messed up and they are very weird, I consider it big. So hopefully we don't have that issue again. And after a couple of attempts to get these 2 guys back together and functioning, I've had some mishaps with them. So let's hope that that doesn't happen, like getting launched down the track, or derailing, or this guy, the back guy, getting screwy and deciding to turn around when I don't see how that's absolutely possible with real life logic. But then again, this is Minecraft, so anything can happen, and I'm sure much more would happen if I had the mobs turned on. Creepers standing in the middle of the track and detonating, killing me, blowing things up, um, getting shot at by skellies and mauled by zombies. Waiting for the attached. There it is. Let's go. Seems like none of the cars got messed up because they had before. And either night is setting or night is setting and it's raining. And I don't like rain. Okay, if we're gonna keep the speed to about 35, 34, it's fine. Because we don't want this guy messing up again. But overall, this mod is awesome. To just have trains in Minecraft like this, real life trains, is, I find amazing, because trains were like the thing I grew up on if it wasn't cartoons. First thing I wanted to be when I grew up was a train engineer. Yeah. Because it looked so cool and fun. Well, it's a highly dangerous job, so yeah, considering my medical stuff going on, yeah, I don't think that'd be very good for me. And that horse has been there for I don't know how long, a very, very, very long time. Go away, wool. Up we go. Oh, okay. Good. I didn't mess up on that turn. What about this one? Nope. I guess as long as I keep the speed fairly low, it should be okay. And going downhill like that is also very strange in turning. Those are the two things I don't like about this mod in terms of track. But it seems like it follows the mechanics of regular minecarts. They're probably just minecarts skinned with this stuff or something. I don't know. I don't really know much about Minecraft mods to begin with. Look at all that derpiness. And down we go. Like a roller coaster. So weird. Even in the train simulator 2014, and I'm sure throughout some of the other ones, you had to watch your speed because of speed limits, and well, that makes sense because if you're going too fast on a turn or downhill, sometimes even uphill, you could derail yourself or collide with something or another train cars, anything really. So I guess that makes sense, and I don't really know if it applies very well or anything to this game or the mod itself, but seeing as it can bug out your trains and cars and stuff, I guess it's something to be careful of. So I assume this video is going to end up being like 20 to 30 minutes, maybe more, just because of all the different parts I have now. I didn't feel like uploading 2 or 3 different videos showcasing this world. I just decided, you know what? Make it one video. Only for Christmas, I guess. I've had people ask me for more Trains mod and what I was doing for my Trains mod and all that kinds of stuff, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna make another one because people seem to like it. The previous videos of it did well. Make another one. Whole new world, new designs. Just put Steam Train and Diesel together in one big video. The thing I don't get is why is like the front part there where the coupler is, the front coupler. Why is the thing just above it like slanted? I don't really know, but okay. The engines could be a little bit bigger or longer, I guess, too. Sharp turn. There was another kind of a train mod. Ooh, that almost derailed, I think. Because he went off the track. But as I was saying, there was another kind of a train mod that I had saw. And I downloaded it before this one. Back when I first discovered it. And the track was very, very, very big. And it actually had real life turns or better curves and track. They didn't use the regular minecart track. But anyways, I don't know why the reverse point is... Oh, never mind. I get it. I got confused by my own thing. Let's see here. Let's make sure that the switches are switched. Indeed they are. Let's fix this. There. And then we'll come back. We'll slow down speed a little bit to be safe. And we'll transition to the start point. Because this is right about where I started. So it only seems I really had one mess up, which was the back engine being a little derpy. Shut up, sheep. Other than that, I think it went pretty well. Maybe a little bit boring, but this is the kind of things I enjoy. I don't know why. It's just how I am. But anyways, I have to say that that's it for this video. You've seen the three major builds: the passenger station way over there, this freight yard, and my engine shed that is currently derping out at the moment. You've seen the track, and I've been on both different lines, rails, I guess, tracks. Maybe I'll extend this track more in the future. Maybe I won't, but again, third time, let me know in the comments if there's any kind of layout or designs, scenery, anything that you want me to add, and I'll consider it. I'll do my best to add it so it makes this look better. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. It really helps me make more of these kinds of things. Because of the positive feedback I got in my other two, I made this one. So it really does help me. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.